Oke, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam
Waalaikumsalam
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, we are from Group 6. Before that, let me introduce our member group. I'm Jabila Tuniaya.
I'm Amanda Liatulisa.
I'm Vicky Sanurika.
I'm Nuraya Zandaria Susiati.
I'm Badatul Hainia.
And my name is Laili Abdul Ramadhani.
Okay, so what do you think about homeschooling for kids? Is it best alternative for parents? Are you disagree or agree? If you disagree, let's discuss about it. For the first slide will be presented by Keisha.
Okay, for the first slide is definition of homeschooling. Homeschooling is also called home education, which is an educational model in which families are responsible for their own children's education process. So, homeschooling is a title for the type of learning process from the home that means family. Homeschooling means family-based school. There are also saying home education or family-based education where the family plays a role in choosing the curriculum and determining the implementation of independent learning for their children. Next will be present by Amanda.
Okay, for the next is the reasons why not agree with homeschooling. So, homeschooling might be an ideal alternative for parents, but not the right solution all the time. In most cases, it is not an effective approach to educating children due to the absence of qualified educators. The scarcity of actual opportunities for children to develop their social life, as well as the fact that parents have to invest a lot of time and dedication. This is homeschooling can cause us first lack of social interaction and increased sense of isolation. So, like you know, um, homeschooling does not provide a possibility of sitting next to peer and sharing school experience and sociology because the limited way of interaction it will make child hard to face and interaction with different types of people. And then the second is the absence of curriculum structure. In school, it is common to have certain curriculum that all teachers follow, but at home, it is different because you have to decide for yourself what you will study and how much. And then the first is the third is decrease focus on learning and concentration. Well, for that, homeschooling seems to be more relaxed than at school due to the lack of monitoring. So it will make the child to have a chance to relax and quick to decide to do something more interesting. And then for the next is um, slower pace of learning. Learn from home can sorry, learn from home counts in a lack of qualified teacher in help with students need it most, and this will affect the child progress to develop their skills. And then for the next is financial burden. In this case, homeschooling created very high expenses to fulfill the extra material that children need to have. And then it will give an additional stress for parents. And for the last is lack of facilities. Homeschooling do not provide complete equipment as the classroom, such as equipment for experimental classes like physics and chemistry. It may be difficult to provide all the necessary. That's all from me, and the next will be presented by my other friend.
Okay, so here we are showing you about the data cases in student homeschooling. So I want to say that before this one, Davidson news that our government was very difficult to overcome the radicalism towards the homeschooling. And this one I would like to provide that the Ministry of Education and Culture, I mean like the Department of Education recognizes that this is difficult to control the spread of potentially radicalism through informal schools, especially homeschools or single homeschooling performed by parents in one family. It's like involved children terrorizing suicide bombs in Surabaya and Sidoarjo who were victims of the indoctrination of their parents. They got no formal education and were coerced homeschooling. And also the Director General of Early Child Education and Public Education, Haris Iskandar, also said that it didn't turn down a single homeschooling might be a new way for parents to teach radicalism in children. And also, so the proven I have been shown here that Sumartiono in 2007 mentions that one of the things of blending in homeschooling is the overall socialization of the horizontal socialization. Sumartiono said in 2007 mentions that one of the things of blending in homeschooling is the overall socialization of the horizontal socialization is relatively lower. Student homeschooling is relatively incompatible with heterogeneous and compounding social networks together to allow isolated from the social environment. And besides, it is feared learners can lose opportunities to get along with the emergent and compound environment, whereas in the environment it presents can learn many things. Like in general, learners will become less of his social experience and its social development is reduced as well as the less likeness of the maturity learner, unlike the students who participate in the school in general. Okay, next. But on the way, the alternative homeschooling also bring in based criticism according to Daud Yusuf, the former Minister of Education and Culture of Development Cabinet 3 from 1978 to 1983 in the June 9, 2007 compass containing when this is kind of private education homeschooling, pairing and educating alternates for formal school education, long-term education. It will be vital for Indonesian children's growth to become socially acceptable human beings. Elsa Rahman in 2007 said this type of homeschooling should not be used to because it can damage the growth of children into an usual society. So I think this one's for me, and the next slide will be conducted by my friend. Thank you.
Okay, next, the impact of homeschooling on children. Number one, it's hard to make new friends. That's because children only know friends who are around the house or environment. This can have an impact on children being close and picky on socializing. Number two, difficulties in socializing the environment. For example, if children gather in a new game or atmosphere, it is difficult for them to get to know, and it takes time for children to feel comfortable and close to his new atmosphere and friends. Number three, children become less association. This is almost the same as the first point. The world will only revolve around the house, yard, and surrounding. New things out there that are difficult to access become an obstacle for children to find new things that are more fun and make their thinking power develop. Number four, weak competitiveness and fighting. For example, in an ordinary school, there must be peer pressure to get the highest score in class. But because homeschooling children don't have classmates, so they cannot feel it. The next slide will be presented by Suci.
Okay, in this solution we have 4 points. The first point is understand what the children needs. Sometimes parents don't understand what the children needs, including his educational needs. Parents tend to dominate in this. Their intentions are good, but not all children can be comfortable with choosing parents, including their children's educational system. The second is invite them to relate what they know about education or school. Parents should invite their children to share what they know about education and school. From this point, parents can know what education and school their children needs. The third point is provide understanding the strengths and disadvantages of homeschooling and schools in general. The system of obtaining education can be by homeschooling or schooling in general, family coming to school to meet teacher and friends. Parents can provide the advantages in disadvantages of homeschooling and schools in general so that children can understand and can determine what is best for them. And last, do not make one the best choice. Some parents want homeschooling because it is better for them to get an education in solid. However, that is not all. Receiving an education is solid will leave the child with a tremendous burden that they will feel. To parents, be a wise parents about children's education. Okay, next slide. We'll be back to moderator.
Okay, so the conclusion our topics today is many people claim to disagree with the argument homeschooling is the best alternative for parents. Homeschooling is an alternative but not the best alternative. Maybe with homeschooling, children will be much more master of material because the learning process is more intensive or private, but not with children's growth and development in society later. So from the many constituting homeschooling, parents are required to choose an education system that is suitable for their children by seeing where the child is suitable for their education. Okay, maybe that's enough from our group. Thank you for your attention. And the last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.